welcome to JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Rich's Boxing and Limitless Creations. And you are joining us now for a special quick predict show. I've got Ender with me, as always. Hello, Ender, are you all right?
I'm in good form. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thank you. As we say, we're here for a quick predict special, as we thought this one deserved it.
It absolutely did. Like this would be my main event of this fight card if I was doing it.
Yeah, with this sort of magnitude of fight, when you look at the WBC, WBA, IBF and WBO titles are all on the line. Katie Taylor versus Natasha Jonas. Katie Taylor, 17 fights, 17 wins, 6 knockouts. Natasha Jonas, 11 fights, 9 wins, 1 draw and 7 knockouts. So it's going to be an interesting contest. This has been one that's really been difficult for people to predict, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely, because we've seen Natasha's rise and Katie's kind of, less than stellar performance in her last few contests. So it's definitely one where there's more questions than previously. People might have gone completely for Katie Taylor, whereas now there's questions over it. And Natasha's been with Joe Gallagher, so I mean, he's an excellent trainer. And like we were saying about Parker and Andy Lee, it's amazing how a trainer can really impact a fighter and their performances.
Yeah, no, I think it's one of those, as you say, is really torn down the middle. You look at Natasha Jonas's last fight against Terry Harper. Stellar performance from Natasha Jonas. A lot of people thought she'd won that fight. Katie Taylor, she's been in some real wars, hasn't she? So
absolutely,
coming into this sort of fight where there's a lot on the line, there's a past there as well. Like Joe Gallagher said, it's 9 years in the making. There's a lot gone into this fight. There's a lot to fight for. It's not just the titles. I think there's a massive pride thing here in this
fight. Absolutely.
And
Britain versus Ireland.
Exactly. Ender, let's start with you. How do you see this one going?
Well, I think it's going to be a very tough fight. It's going to be a very tough watch. I reckon it'll be a bit slugfest in some of the rounds. But I mean, Katie has shown her resilience in her fights. So I reckon it will go the distance, and I reckon Katie will shade it on points.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to jump camp, and I'm going to go with Natasha Jonas. To be fair, it hasn't been easy. It's not an easy decision.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. It's funny. I back the Irish girl and you back the British girl. That's all. The English girl.
I'm going with Natasha Jonas. I think this is the moment she's been waiting for.
But that's it. I mean,
denied against.
Is the desire still there for Katie? Does Katie still have the hunger? Because Natasha obviously has it, because she hadn't got it. She didn't get what she wanted. So, will she be the hungrier fighter, and will she be more up for it? So that's very good points.
Yeah. So, no, I'm going with Natasha Jonas. I think it's going to be very difficult to outbox Katie. It's I just think it is, but I think we might have a stoppage. I think for the first time, I think Katie Taylor's been rocked in a couple of fights and nothing was sort of shown, wasn't sort of picked up as much, was it? But I think Jonas has got it in her to get a late stoppage here.
Well, I think if Jonas is to win, she will probably have to stop Katie Taylor.
Yeah.
No, not in a bad way. I just think, like you said, Katie is a great scoring puncher. That's her stock and trade. So Natasha will know what she needs to do.
But as we said, this is a special show. It's not just any typical quick predict. We've changed things up a little bit, haven't we, Ender? So we've got some of the lovely ladies in the boxing world who are coming on to give their
brilliant, and it was great that they all sent in their predictions. And
we really appreciate.
It's going to be really good to hear what they say.
Yeah, appreciate their time, and we're going to have some of this.
So predictions for the weekend. Massive Katie Taylor fan, obviously, but bigger Jonas fan, and I am going Jonas for the upset this weekend. I'm not crazy. I just think she's a different beast since the Harper camp. That fight was wicked. I think she's only going to have got better. She's already fought Katie. Very will have studied her. I just think we're going to see a big upset Saturday. That is the Connolly prediction from over here. Thank you. Bye.
Hi, my name is Morgan Ansell, and this is my fight prediction for the Natasha Jonas-Katie Taylor fight. I think Natasha Jonas has got the range and the height on Katie Taylor to be able to keep her away and dictate the fight. I think she could lose it if she allows Katie Taylor in too close, allows her to dictate the tempo and how the fight goes, and I think that's how she'll let it slip away. But coming from an underdog's point of view, she's got absolutely everything to gain. I know she'll have trained and put everything into this to kind of take Katie Taylor off her throne. And being Katie Taylor, it's really hard to underestimate how much your opponent has trained and how much they want to take what you've got off you. So being the underdog's a strong position. So my prediction for the fight is that Natasha Jonas is going to win because she's going to want it more.
My prediction for Katie Taylor versus Tasha Jonas. I think that Katie Taylor is one of the best female boxers out there and she's going to take some beating. But I do think that Tasha is a good boxer as well. And she's definitely going to give her a good fight. She's not going to make it easy for her. After seeing Tasha's last fight with Terry Harper and how close that was, a lot of people did think that Tasha could have edged that win. But I do think for this fight, I think Tasha's going to be the underdog going into it, but I don't think that Katie will stop her. I think Tasha's going to have the drive and the determination. But overall, I think Katie will come out with the win. But I don't think she'll stop. I think it's going to go to points.
Hello, my name is Lucy Wildheart. I'm a professional boxer. My predictions on the Katie Taylor versus Tasha Jonas fight is that Katie Taylor will win, and that's because I believe she doesn't have that many fights more to go. So I think she will give it her all this fight, and that's it.
So my prediction for the Katie Taylor and Natasha Jonas fight, I suppose it would be Katie Taylor for me. Obviously she's a pound for pound great, but I don't think Tasha should be overlooked at all. It just goes to show with her performance against Terry, she really brought it to that fight, and I think she'll be coming with that plus more. So she's definitely not a write-off in the fight at all. But for me, Katie Taylor would be my winner of choice. I think she wins it on points.
Hi, so my predictions for this Saturday for the boxing, Katie Taylor versus Tasha Jonas. I am going to be going with Katie Taylor to win on points. I'm rooting for Tasha, being, a Scouse girl myself, so I am rooting for her, but I believe, I think she might do really well earlier on in the fight, and if she puts that pressure on, like we've seen in Katie Taylor's fight with Bassoon, she can be got. So hopefully if she can keep that pressure on, but I just feel as the fight goes on, Katie's technical ability is gonna be the decider of the fight, and I think it'll be a distance win on point for Katie Taylor. But wish both girls all the luck in the world, and hope that they both come out the ring safely.
Hi Joel, how you doing? I hope you're well. Hope you're looking forward to the Tasha Jonas and Katie Taylor fight this weekend as much as me. Just thinking about who's going to win and how it's going to go. I'm sure it's going to be an absolutely exciting fight. They're going to put on a show for us all. I think Katie Taylor takes it, although I think anybody that's into female boxing and loves them both wouldn't mind seeing Jonas do it. And what an exciting finish that would be if she did. I just think Katie Taylor's speed and experience is perhaps going to be a bit too much, but I'm excited to see what happens either way. Bye!
Hi, I'm Armani the Blade and this is my fight prediction on Katie Taylor versus Natasha Jonas. I think that if Katie Taylor fought like she did Pursoon in the first fight and Jonas fights like she did Terry Harper, then I think that Jonas will win on decision. Whereas if Katie Taylor fights like she has other people, I think that she'll win on decision. I want to wish both girls good luck and can't wait for the fight of the weekend.
Hello Joe, it's me Honey Joe. I want Natasha to win. Bring them belts home on Saturday night, Natasha. Go on, you can do it. Bye bye, thank you Joe, bye bye.
Hey Joel, it's Virginia from Rich's Boxing. My prediction is that Natasha Jonas will win because I like her the most and I think she's already fought the other girl in the past and I think she's going to win. Go Natasha.
Hey guys, okay, so my prediction for Katie Taylor versus Natasha Jonas. My heart tells me Natasha Jonas can definitely get the win. I really want her to get the win. My head tells me Katie Taylor. Katie's obviously much more experienced. She's had, almost like 3 times the amount of rounds that Natasha Jonas has. However, Natasha Jonas has got a higher KO ratio compared to Katie Taylor has. I think Natasha's is like 78% and Katie's is something like 35%, something like that. So there's definitely the possibility that Natasha could win by KO, I believe. We saw Katie can be bothered. We saw with Pursoon that she struggles to cope with a really come forward aggressive fighter. So I think if Natasha can get on the inside quick, fast, hard, and not let Katie fight at range, then she's got a real possibility. So I'm hoping Natasha Jonas by knockout.
Hi everyone, I'm Sasha from Women's Fight News and here's my prediction for the Katie Taylor-Tasha Jonas fight. I'm going to be backing Tasha Jonas in this fight. I believe she's a naturally stronger fighter. She holds a lot more punch power than Katie and that she's going to go in with the confidence from a great performance in her last fight. Of course, she's going to have to deal with Katie Taylor's hand speed. But on the inside, I think Tasha shows against Terry how good her accuracy is as well as her power. And at times, Katie can lack in her defence. And I do believe that Tasha does have the power to stop Katie Taylor. For her to win, I do believe it will have to come from stoppage because as we've seen in the past, leaving it to the judges' scorecards can be risky. But I do believe that Tasha does hold the keys to be able to lift those world titles at the end of the night.
So there you go. There's the predictions for Katie Taylor versus Natasha Jonas, and thanks to all the ladies that sent in their predictions. Just absolutely brilliant to have them on and sort of participate in JG's Fight Talk. So really appreciate it. So if you want to send your comments in, just below, make sure you've hit the subscribe button first. But
give us your predictions for the big fight, Taylor Jonas, and the other fights if you wish to. But especially Taylor Jonas.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those fights we've been looking forward to for a long time now. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Let's just say you've been watching.
Looking forward to watch along on Saturday night.
Yeah. Join us. The live watch alongs Friday night, Saturday night, and early Sunday morning for the Andy Ruiz fight as well. We're going boxing mad this weekend, and I love it. Absolutely love it. So, you've been watching JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Rich's Boxing and Limitless Creations, and we will see you on Friday.
See you Friday night.
See you soon.
Fight night Friday night, and Saturday night's all right for the fight.
And Sunday morning, I'll be yawning. See you later.